Hello, everybody, and welcome back for episode 410 of Journey to the Farlands. I'm already 10 episodes in. Oh, the 400s are going by so quick. But yeah, world size is 13 gigabytes, 665.66 megabytes. So yeah, getting up there. Might as well at least make it known, verbally. It's kind of the what TFC does. I figure, oh yeah, might as well do that. It's kind of a fun little thing to do every episode. But yeah, it looks like I'm picking up right where I left off a few days ago. I think it's been a few days. I don't remember. Usually when I don't remember, it's been a bit. But I kind of wanted to do a journey episode today of some length. I'm not quite sure. I think I will just stick to a commentary today. So depends how much gas I have for commentary. And I am coming off of some pretty long commentaries. Well, not today particularly, but yesterday I did a longer commentary. I did something I will talk about, and I did another thing I will talk about 2 days ago. But that stuff I will talk about. But first of all, 1,000 subs. I know I mentioned it before and I did my episode, but it's my official in-commentary mention of it. I think this is my first proper commentary following 1,000 subs. I do believe, anyway. Unless I have done one already. But that is something cool. Because I know I adjusted it. Adjusted the display. So I don't remember if that was a commentary. So for fear of repeating myself, I won't really discuss 1,000 that much because I've already talked a lot about it before. But I do have some plans, some semblance of a plan for what I want to do. I know that was kind of coming into question last weekend. I did my journey stream, which I was intending to make a marathon. And then it just kind of flopped because I was moving a whole bunch of stuff last weekend and moving around. So I managed to sort all that out, but it also brings into question what I want to do now. And I do still have plans. They did have to get moved just because it was a lot. It all kind of happened a lot quicker than I think Devin was planning. So we're going to be doing those plans hopefully this weekend. I don't know when or if we'll be able to get around to that this weekend, but I am going to be doing one more Renewcraft stream for sure, and then I think I'm going to be going for a bit of a break from the server. I played the server quite a bit this past weekend, and I will show you guys that in kind of, I don't know if we'll do like 2 streams or something, or just like a follow-up to the game show. You have the game show be like very like encompassed kind of, so people can just watch it and it's a very isolated thing. And then I might just do like a normal episode after that. So there might be 2 episodes in one day. But I figured it's not that big of a deal if I put that on hiatus, considering I don't think it's really got that much viewership going for it anyway. So it's not the end of the world if I do that. Journey is kind of the one I want to keep going anyway. So Renewcraft will be going into a bit of a hiatus after this next episode or 2 I do. Just so I can recharge my batteries and come back in a little while. When I'm feeling good. I mean, I do feel good now, but I don't know. This is something that I just want to wait. I feel like I'm just going through so much recently with school and all sorts of things. So I'm just not going to worry about it if I'm not really feeling it. But speaking of kind of like stuff and like kind of diverting from where I was before, but like, oh, I should end a bunch of series just because I got too much on my plate. Well, I've got a few more on the plate again. But they're kind of fun. One of them, which will be a bit of a surprise to some people if they've seen the original, was Minecraft Through Time, which has come back. And that's what I was doing last night. And that's been a lot of fun. It's been really cool to just build casually in beta. Or not beta, inf dev actually, not even beta. I build in beta here in Journey every once in a while, maybe once in a blue moon in this world. But it's nice to just kind of chillax in that world and do that because that's really the only thing I can do. I tried building farms and stuff, and I'm just trying to figure out what stuff I can do. And it was so early that there's a lot of stuff that I just straight up can't do. And I think even in the original series, I was able to do some of the stuff because I was a few versions after that, like right at the tail end of InfDev. So I'm spending a lot more time in InfDev in this kind of Minecraft evolution series that I'm doing. And the whole kind of goal of it, of course, is to go through the many stages of Minecraft up until current modern day. I'm not quite sure how far I'll make it, if I'd go into release or if I just end at the end of beta. I'm not quite sure. If I go into like the beta 1.8s and stuff and beyond, then I might just go into release. But we'll see where I go. I'm mainly just excited about InfDev right now anyway, and my return to it 2 years later. Yes, it's been that long since I've played like something other than beta. So it's a long time coming. It's a long time coming playing the old versions again, and that series has been a lot of fun. I do urge you guys to go check that out. I usually don't like. I'm usually like, oh, if you guys want to watch it, but I think if you guys like Journey, you'd probably like that. It's a little bit different because Journey usually it's like kind of like the Outpost episodes of Journey, I guess, or just like a normal world. Because this is anything but a conventional Minecraft world. Because I'm just going off and off forever. Oh, I fell out of my boat because I suck at hopping in and out of the boat to accelerate it. Call it surfing. Good old Kilo's boat hopping method. But yeah, that's one of the things I've done. The other thing is the Universe Sim, which is a game I've wanted to play for a while, and I'm glad that I finally managed to have an excuse to play it. And it is using Twitch integration, which is cool. So Devin has been joining my streams, and I guess anyone else that joins the streams. I think that'll be, I believe Mondays I'm doing that. I'm still doing like Supermarket Simulator, which I don't know if I talked about that yet, but I'm also doing Supermarket Simulator. So lots of like cool extra content that I'm doing now. It's lovely. I might even have Supermarket Simulator and Subnautica be interchanged. We'll see. I don't know. So Supermarket Simulator did come off to a pretty good start for views and stuff, so I might keep doing that weekly. Or, well, I'm probably gonna do Minecraft Through Time actually 2 times a week, and then the rest of it will be weekly. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'll kind of adjust things from there. That's kind of at least what I'm thinking of doing. Because I know Universe Sim is kind of a bit of an indie game, so it's not really something a lot of people I'm sure on this channel would really be after. But it's a pretty fun little goofy god game anyway, so I've been having fun with it. And I just figured I'd stream it just so I have that on the channel. The whole discussion of like, I guess like views and stuff for like videos and stuff. I just try to do what I want to do and let people come to it if they like it. And if I don't really feel like it, I'll stop it. And if it gets attention, then I will keep it going. And if I like it still, of course, that's kind of the main deciding factor. So I kind of do a lot of stuff that way. But yeah, I do some interesting content though, for sure. Try to diversify it a little bit, so then there's other stuff that's not just Journey, which I know I'm sure a lot of you guys just want to see me do only exclusively Journey, but I like to do other stuff. And I find it fun to stream it. I used to just play a lot of these things on my own time, but it's been fun just kind of making it a part of the channel too. So that's been good. And what I haven't actually made into a series, but I've been, well, I played like a little bit of, was I actually did play Better Than Adventure again, and I don't really know where I'm at with it. I feel like it's a lot of fun. I feel like I could really work with it. But like for a series, I mean, I'd have to wait a while, probably until after Minecraft Through Time or after one of my series is done. if I were to do better than adventure again properly. I would consider it. I think it would be a fun idea. I did try to do it with Devin recently, but Devin had connection issues, and that was kind of the end of a lot of the streaming and all that stuff with Devin. Apart from like the Twitch integration and there's just the stuff me and Devin have been doing on the side outside of the streams now. But better than adventure is one I would consider doing again because it was a lot of fun and it got a lot of attention. And for like as I was kind of like about it, I wasn't really digging the actual mod pack. I think the mod is really cool. I need to dig a hole actually. But I think the mod's really cool. I was just kind of in a weird place with like the episodes and stuff. I think I discussed that. Was that in Minecraft Through Time? I might have discussed that in the Minecraft Through Time stream. But I kind of I just realized it was less so the actual mod. I think it was a great like mod, but it was more so just where I was at the time with it. I just did, and this is the way I'd set it up too. Like I think I would want to just go a bit more free with it and just kind of do what I'm doing in Minecraft Through Time with that, which I guess you could argue I was doing that kind of the same thing. But I feel like it's different enough what I'm doing in Minecraft Through Time now that if I applied that to Better Than Adventure and even Newcraft or Renewcraft, then that would make them a lot more interesting for me. But they're kind of more, I guess, for the time being, a bit of a... Is that a skeleton? No, I hear one. I just didn't know if there was just one just chilling in a cave ready to pop out and shoot arrows at me. A lot of caves and stuff. A lot of caves. But that's one I'm willing to return to in the future. That's something. I was actually, alongside Minecraft Through Time, I was going to do like 3 trial streams actually. I mentioned it in the episode 0 if you watched that. I was like, well, I'll do like a half hour of this and I'll do like 20 minutes of each thing. I think it was actually 20 minutes, not a half hour. But I was going to do like 20 minutes of each thing. I didn't end up having enough time. But by the time I got around to modern beta, I realized that the server is just so friggin' popular that it's got like a wait list and everything. And I'm just like, if I want to make this like a casual thing where I'm just like hopping on and playing it, I don't really want to have to wait through a queue every time I want to join. So I was like, yeah, I think Minecraft Through Time is gonna have that old Minecraft fix. That and Journey, I'm sure, both kind of fill that gap. And I was like, well, I could do a 1.0 hardcore and try to like defeat the Ender Dragon or whatever for the first time. And I mean, I guess in single player, I've not done it at all in single player yet. But mainly just do it in old Minecraft for the first time in old Minecraft. And I realized that that's also something I might be doing in Minecraft Through Time. So I feel like I was dancing around that, bringing that series back. I was like thinking of alternatives, but the alternatives were not really better than the original thing I was trying to come up for the alternatives for. Or come up with the alternatives for. So I just ended up looping back around to doing a traveling through the version series in survival, which is pretty cool. And I've started in the earliest InfDev version you can do it. Like the first one that updates to the alpha level format, which is the one that continues through alpha and a bit of beta. So that'll be fun to do that again at a slower pace. Make the InfDev base a bit more beautiful than my season 1 InfDev base, which was just a tiny little shack I built pretty much. And then I just kind of moved on because the next update after that was basically alpha. I was that far along in InfDev that there wasn't really much InfDev to do. So I'm just going to try and take it a bit slower in this new save, which is, of course, what I've illustrated in the series. And I find the building and all that stuff just to be so friggin' chill. It was so much fun to do. It was a nice refresh to what I'm used to, usually. There's Skelly somewhere. Secret. Sneaky Skelly. Let me try and get out of here. Get away from the skeletons. But that is, of course, kind of going to be a thing to that will kind of unravel as it happens. It'll kind of, I guess, mirror Silver Age, which was a series me and Devin did, and we kind of had issues, technical issues, not a connection, but well, Devin, I guess, did have a bit of technical issues, but he could still play on it, or could he? I feel like he was also having a bit of problems there, but eventually he just like the Hamachi just stopped working for him, which is usually like the old reliable. I guess the gold standard for playing multiplayer old Minecraft, I find. Unless I like, well, yeah, even like the server jars and stuff are a bit touchy. That's why I just use like the Hamachi or whatever, because I can't really port forward with my internet. But that was it was a bit of a fun series, so it'd be nice to relive a bit of that. I feel like maybe a lot of my kind of for that was more in the area that we had picked. I realized, I kind of had that realization not too long ago that my base in Minecraft Through Time is just so cool. Like, I feel like choosing the right base location is key to, you know, the enjoyment of the base. And I do have a bit of a choice outlined for Renewcraft for my main base, and I'll probably show that to you guys even in the next episode I do probably. I don't have an Elytra or anything, of course, no Ender Dragon battle yet. So if any of that starts to happen, I will start streaming again around that. But I'm just gonna try and loosely take a break from the server for the most part, just to recharge my batteries for modern Minecraft. I did do a bunch of progression related stuff before I stopped, so I can come back and be like basically like one step away from having maxed gear. So that'll be great. I'll show you guys what I mean by that in the next stream if any of you guys do tune into that. But I'm trying, you know, I am just gonna focus on the stuff that I've outlined today. For the most part, though, when I have the time to. I think that is probably a wise idea. Keep it simple. And Subnautica is just one of those things where I'm just far enough in it. Like, I'm on episode 10. Like, my next one that I do for it will be episode 10. So I might as well just see it through regardless of how it does performance-wise. I'm personally having a lot of fun with it, and I just want to see it through to the end and then do Below Zero if I can before Subnautica 2 comes out. But I'll have to see how everything goes. It might take a bit longer to do Subnautica, and I might have to do Below Zero sooner than I thought. And kind of do both of those while I even do a bit of testing with Subnautica 2 when that comes out. But that's kind of the general plan for that. And Journey will kind of, I don't know, I'll play it by ear. And it might become weekly again. It might be like a few a week. We'll see. I'm going to try and be a bit more loose with things. And if I just don't want to continue stuff, then I won't continue it. Or, you know, I'll just take breaks or whatever, you know. I think breaks are valuable. A lot of people don't have that luxury of being able to take breaks. Or like they just feel like they'll get what's the word? Kind of like you know, they'll just lose everything after that break. And I feel like I'm kind of small enough in that way that I don't really need to worry about that. Where I could take a bit of a break, and unless it was like for a long enough time, then people probably wouldn't really bat an eye. I know people have commented on some of my old series about wanting to bring them back, or wanting me to bring stuff like that back. The one I know for sure was Silver Age that someone commented on. And I'm going to kind of, I guess, be reliving the Silver Age experience in Minecraft Through Time. But Silver Age is by and large, I think, history now. Just because of the stuff, the hoops that we had to jump through and the troubles. I could obviously make it a single player thing, but if I'm doing Minecraft Through Time now, I'm going to basically be doing the same thing again. And I have a bit of an option to make it better than what I kind of didn't really like out of Silver Age, kind of improve it. I feel like a lot of it was, I feel like my base was really weird in Silver Age as well. It was just a really abstract base, and I like an abstract base. It was like really all over the place, like too conflicting with like themes. Like there was some like ancient looking bits, and then there was some stuff that looked like really like modern. And if I'm gonna do like a fusion kind of style base, which is actually my plan for Renewcraft, to do a fusion style base, I want to do it in a very strategic manner and really think about what I'm doing. So if I'm going to be merging like a very like old style with like a very new style, then I need to like figure out how they're going to interact and how the storytelling and the blending, and make it look natural rather than have it just be like a weird like abomination. And I think there's a lot of things that I liked about the Silver Age base, but there's also a lot of things that are a bit strange with it. And I could look back, I guess, at a lot of my builds and say the same about old bases and stuff. But usually it's not quite as like big of a thing. Like I could see like where I was coming from with the base, but that one was just kind of a bit of a weird one thinking back on it. I got a few like that, I guess. A few like strange one-off ideas I had. It's usually because I'm a very like wing it kind of like person, so sometimes my bases can be missed. Like sometimes they're just like, you know, it's a hit or miss kind of thing, where sometimes a base really works out and it's great, but sometimes it's just not quite there. And I think my Renewcraft starter base is it's okay. You know, it's not my favorite base ever, but it's gonna get the job done, and I'm gonna furnish it probably around the time I get back from my break from the server, which it'll be a while. It might be like a good while from when I started the base to when I'm done it, but hey, that's okay. You can take time on builds. You know, have patience a bit. There's always so much pressure to get everything whipped up and finished in like a day kind of thing, which it's not impossible, but I feel like my scale that I chose for the build was a little bit grandiose. Like the initial scale was even bigger. I've actually downscaled, but scale is also a big thing. Like if you go for something big scale, it's gonna obviously take a lot longer to get done. But that's just the way it goes, you know. That's just what you sign up for when you do larger stuff. And I usually lean towards some larger builds, but that usually puts me in a bit of a position of needing to decorate it more. Like I feel the need to compensate for the scale, because it's like, well, if it's bigger, now it needs more detail. But I think it's kind of nice that I've like I'm going Minecraft through time is it's kind of nice that way, where I've just been going real chill with it, and I haven't really been putting much pressure. I haven't really been putting much pressure. I don't know why that was so hard to say, but putting that much pressure on myself to get stuff, you know, crazy. I feel like a lot of that is just due to like what I choose for my inspiration. Maybe I just need to detach from that and just kind of see what I do instead of basing it all off of inspiration. I'm not quite sure, because it's not a bad idea to use some like loose inspiration. Like I love the idea, but also I could see a bit of the traps that you fall in, and I've definitely fallen into them. Some pitfalls and such. Oh, hello, cow. But I guess like my most likely series is to like kind of conclude right now are probably Subnautica and Renewcraft. Usually it's like the least popular stuff that I'm like most indifferent about. Those are ones I'm indifferent about. So those are the ones, if I'm looking to get rid of stuff, then I'll probably get rid of those. Or, you know, just like do them in my own time kind of thing instead. Because Renewcraft, I don't have to like leave the server to stop the series kind of thing. Oh, this is a cool view. Just because I know people aren't really all that attached to it, it's not really that big of a deal for me to, you know, kind of cut ties with it if I don't really feel the need to stream it, and I could just focus on streaming other stuff. But I think it'd be kind of fun. I want to do like, I think I want to go to at least like 20, 30 episodes, and then see where it's at around that point. If it can, oh, this is even cooler. Look at that. Hang on here. Do I want to get it like with like the fog and stuff? I feel like up here is probably the best I'll get. But I think my whole thing is like I just want to like see where it's at in a while, you know, because I don't want to base it off like the first like little bit of episodes, you know. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, this is, I take that back about the earlier area. This is even cooler than that. I love like the waterfall features and stuff. Good base location. Could see a nice like I mean port place, but also you could do like a just like a general town. I still am looking for that excuse to build like the towns and kind of stuff in a Minecraft world. I've not found the excuse to do that just yet. And I was gonna start doing that in Minecraft with friends, but I decided, well, of course, I wasn't really feeling that, and I ended up telling Devin about that, and that's why we did Renewcraft anyway. So I could use Renewcraft for a bit of that too, with like the districts again. We'll see if that's like my Minecraft world or whatever for that kind of thing. That could definitely be a possibility. But I really like the idea of like settlements or that kind of thing. But those things are just kind of stuff that have to just kind of come into being. You know, it's not stuff that you can just, I mean, you could formulate it from the get-go. Oh, what is this? Holy, look at that. It's crazy looking. Wow. That is cool. You don't see that every day in Journey. And I'll be honest, I've gone 7.9 million, almost 8 million. 8 million's coming up soon. That's pretty cool. It'll probably still be a few weeks, judging it by my pace kind of slowing down now after the first week. And I'm sure it'll get even more kind of slow. But that's okay. It's what I expect. And in April, I can come back full force at the end and just be like, yep, I'm ready to just grind out a bunch of stuff. And that'll be great. But yeah, I've been good though. Keeping my head up and all that, or my chin up and all that. I was like, imagining it, looking back and still seeing it. It reminds me of when I was leaving the Citadel. I guess you guys, this was actually in a Journey episode, but I was like leaving the Citadel and I had like Optifine. That was before the Phantom Lava Death. but but I remember leaving the base and I just could still see it from far away, and I just like was walking and could still see it like in the corner of my eye, and then eventually just disappeared into the fog, and it's like, wow. Because with Optifine you can have like a far render distance, like a super far. Like this is already far. This has got the world super big size because of my need for large fog accommodation, large chunk distance. So you get quite the range. You get to see quite a bit, as opposed to like, I think is this normal? Yeah, this is what it normally is like in beta, which is not bad. I just like for the Journey having it farther, and yes, it does mean that the world grows in size a lot quicker. I've seen that in actuality. I don't know where my skin goes. It kind of comes and goes. I noticed that as well over the years. There's just like times where my skin works for a long time and then it just kind of goes back to Steve. Ugh, it's okay. You only see my hand anyway for the most part, unless I'm in my inventory. And then you see this mug, Steve's mug. But yeah. Another kind of, I guess, topic before I wrap up the episode. Yeah, I'll go to half hour is nice. One more topic is I've been talking to Devin, and I've been kind of thinking about what the recent 25th anniversary for The Sims stuff has been alluding to, and I really am interested to see. I'm not really hoping for it. I don't really think it'll happen, but I think it'd be interesting to see if we'll be getting remasters of the earlier Sims games, which is a bit strange to say because there's been many opportunities for Electronic Arts to take that opportunity and re-upload or re-release the old games. I think mainly due to licensing issues, it hasn't really, I guess, been a thing, and I'm sure they've had reservations for a long time about it, based on just how inaccessible the games have been. I've had my troubles with like Sims 2 and stuff, which is a game I love a lot. And it's kind of like beta Minecraft, where I didn't play it when it originally was out, but I've just grown to love it so much after after a while. I couldn't really just hop into any beta world and make it work. I think there's a special formula to Journey that I've just kind of concocted in the background, which is just genuinity. In case anyone's curious, it's just, I don't know, going into it, having it have that heart and stuff. I've talked about the motivation and stuff, but if it's just as natural as it can be, I think that's the best stuff, and you can't really force a great world. You have to just let it happen. And that's been a lot of lessons to be learned, and that can be applicable elsewhere in life too, not just to a silly block game. It's just a silly block game. I hear that one. That meme a lot. It's me. It's me. Oh boy. But yeah, that's a big part of it. That I think Journey's got a good thing going for it. This is kind of my definitive beta world. I wouldn't really have it any other way for a beta world. And especially when I reach like the Farlands and stuff, it's gonna be real cool, seeing what I can get up to there. But for the most part, I don't really imagine myself doing many other like old Minecraft things other than like, I guess, Minecraft Through Time. That'll be kind of like a bit of a hoorah going through all of the versions and stuff that it won't really cover very much other than that series, which is too bad. I think a lot of the old stages of Minecraft are really cool. Like Alpha as well. Alpha is another cool one. I just like kind of even kind of further straying away from the modernity of, because beta's still got even a bit of the stuff that you could see bleeding through into the release and stuff, but alpha's even further like delineated than even beta is, so that's another cool thing. And it's also very liminal as well. The liminality of old Minecraft, that's a very true thing. But it is the end of the episode, so I should get my bed down and wrap things up as per usual. Just not waste too much of more of my time, and the commentary I think is a good enough point to wrap it up anyway. So thank you everybody for tuning into this episode of Journey, and I will see you all in the next one. Alrighty, goodbye.